हेलो एवरीवन एंड वेलकम टू माय चैनल। आज की इस वीडियो में हम 100 मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस याद करेंगे इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स बुक के। सो लेट्स स्टार्ट विदाउट वेस्टिंग योर टाइम। पहला क्वेश्चन है, द मेन आइडिया बिहाइंड द यूज़ ऑफ अ कपलिंग सर्किट इज़ टू ट्रांसफ़र energy from one circuit to another. Option B is right. After 5 time constant of an RC circuit while charging, the capacitor is usually considered to be almost -% charged. Option B is right, 100%. Next question is, the time constant of an RC circuit is defined as the time during which capacitor charging current becomes 37% of its initial value. Option D is right. Next question is, in a series RLC circuit with R is equal to 100 ohm, XL is equal to 300 ohm and XC is equal to 200 ohm, the phase angle of the circuit in degree will be. Option B is right. Next question is, in method of imaginaries, if vector A is along positive x-axis, the vector x square A will indicate. Option A is right. Next question is, sharpness of resonance is given by the formula. Option A is right. Next question is, which of the following statement is not true for parallel resonant circuit? Option B is right. It is also known as acceptor circuit. Next question is, what is the typical range of resistance value that can be measured using the high resistance method by leakage? Option D is right. Next question is, in an LCR circuit, if B square is smaller than K square or R square by 4L square is smaller than 1 by LC, how the charge on the capacitor will change with time? Option A is right. Next question is, which of the following bridge is most suitable for measuring the small capacitance and power factor? Option A is right. Next question is, when the frequency is equal to the resonant frequency, what happened to the impedance in a series LCR circuit? Option A is right. Next question is, if the resistance is increasing in a series LCR circuit, how does that affect in resonant frequency? Option C is right. Next question is, how many parts does the feedback amplifier consist of? Option B is right, 2. An oscilloscope is basically designed to convert electrical signals to visual signals. Option C is right. Next question is, combining the low frequency signal with high frequency radio wave is called. Option A is right. Temperature coefficient of carbon resistor is negative. Option C is right. Which of the following device is used for modulation and demodulation? Option D is right. Modulation is required. Option D is right, all of these. Next question is, Wien bridge oscillator are based on? Option C is right. Next question है, Hartley oscillator is commonly used in? Option A is right. The horizontal plates of a CRO are supplied with dash to observe the waveform of a signal. Option C is right. The VTVM has dash input resistance than that of a multimeter. Option A is right. Next question is, the sensitivity of a multimeter is given by? Option C is right. Next question is, if the negative potential on the control grid of CRT is increased, the intensity of spot is? Option B is right. A CRO is used to measure? Option D is right, all of these. Next question है, electrostatic deflection sensitivity of a CRT varies inversely with? Option C is right. The final anode potential. Next question है, by changing time base in CRO we change? Option A is right. Frequency of sawtooth wave. Next question है, the value of noise in amplitude modulation is? Option C is right. In an AM wave, the useful power is carried by? Option B is right. Modulation factor of an AM wave depends upon? Option A is right. The KHAUSEN for oscillator stability. Option B is right. For sustained oscillator is an oscillator. Option D is right. If a radio receiver amplifies all the signals of the frequency equally well, it is said to have high. Option D is right. Next question है the relation between voltage gain with negative feedback AF and without feedback A is. Option B is right. Positive feedback is used in. Option B is right. Next question है the signal voltage induced in the aerial of a ratio receiver is of the order of. Option B is right. Negative feedback in an amplifier results in. Option D is right. In the initial stage of a multi-stage amplifier we use. Option C is right. The most desirable feature of transformer coupling is its. Option C is right. Ability to provide impedance matching between stage. Option C is right. The final stage of a multi-stage amplifier uses. Option C is right. Direct coupling. The practical unit of voltage gain is. Option A is right. The best frequency response is found in. Option C is right. Next question है in an RC coupled amplifier the voltage gain over mid frequency range. Option B is right, is constant. Next question है RC coupled amplifier is used for. Option A is right. The magnitude of leakage current RCBO is. Option C is right. Transistors are used in all of these. Option D is right. Which of the following is not operating point of bipolar junction transistor? Option A is right. Next question है the main disadvantage of base resistor method of transistor biasing is. Option D is right. Next question है which biasing circuit provides the best stabilization of operating point in transistor? Option C is right. Potential divider bias. In question number 56, if alpha is equal to 0.995, I is equal to 10 mA and ICBO is equal to 0.5 mA, then ICEO will be. Option B is right. Next question है transistor biasing is done in an amplifier circuit to achieve. Option B is right. Operating point of bipolar transistor represents. Option C is right. The common equation of current in bipolar transistor is. Option A is right. The symbol of NPN transistor is. Option A is right. Most popular transistor configuration is. Option B is right. Doping concentration of bipolar transistor is relatively high in the. Option C is right. Bipolar junction transistor is a. Option D is right. Current control device. Next question is the correct relation between current gains alpha and beta. Option D is right. Next question है 3 terminals of bipolar junction transistor are. Option C is right. Emitter, base and collector. Next question है for normal operation of bipolar transistor the output diode is. Option B is right. Next question is the base of bipolar junction transistor is. Option A is right. In bipolar junction transistor the current gain beta is. Option B is right. Next question है Clipper circuit requires minimum of following two components. Option B is right. Next question for good clamping action the time constant RC should be. Option A is right. The conduction of electricity in semiconductor is due to moment of. Option C is right. The width of depletion layer in PN junction diode. Option D is right. The temperature coefficient of resistance in pure semiconductor is. Option B is right. The voltage current equation for PN junction diode is given by. Option A is right. An avalanche effect is observed in a diode when. Option D is right. A Zener diode is burned if is burned if it. Option C is right. For the same secondary voltage, the output voltage of center tap full wave rectifier is 1/2 than that of bridge. Option D is right. In an L-type filter, option D is right. The inductor and capacitor are connected in series to the load. Next question है, on increasing the temperature the electrical conductivity. Option B is right. Peak voltage is the. Option B is right. Fermi energy level for n-type semiconductor lies. Option B is right. A limiter circuit is also known as. Option B is right. The primary function of a clamper circuit is to. Option C is right. The ripple factor of the half wave rectifier is. Option C is right. If E is the peak voltage and PIV for a center tap full wave rectifier will be. Option C is right. When a diode is used as rectifier, the most important consideration is. Option D is right. If the doping level of a diode is increased, the breakdown voltage is decreased. Option C is right. The reverse leakage current in a PN junction diode is of the order of. Option B is right. The ripple factor of a power supply is given by. Option C is right. In forward biased PN junction diode with off depletion layer, option D is right. The current in a AC circuit is wattless when the phase difference between current and voltage is. Option C is right. The time period of electrical oscillation in LC circuit. Option B is right. The vector impedance of series LCR circuit. Option C is right. The bandwidth of a series resonant circuit is. Option B is right. Net power dissipation in the pure capacitor in one complete cycle in AC circuit will be. Option D is right. Which of the following graph shows the correct graphical representation of RLC parallel resonant circuit? Option D is right. Last question है, for a series LCR circuit, the graph between frequency and current for different values of resistance can be plotted as. Option A is right. अगर वीडियो हेल्पफुल थी then don't forget to subscribe my channel. मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में.